Hey Math 1 students, this is your 5.4 Ready, Set, Go notes. So I'm on page 17 in your pink packet. This will be a really short video, so just bear with me real quick. This first question asks us to graph the line x equals -1. So you should notice this looks a little different than most equations that we're asked to graph. And we don't really have anything that we can do. So the first thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to just make some points. So I'm going to say, okay, x is -1 and I can have a y value of 0. I could have x be -1 and I could have a y value of -2. I could have x be -1 and have a y value of 5. And I can pick as many x values as I want. They're all just always going to be -1, and the y value doesn't matter. So if I start plotting these points and trying to figure out what this looks like, the point -1, 0 is right here. The point -1, -2 would be right here. -1, +5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be up here. And we can see that regardless of what we end up picking, we're going to have this vertical line through x equals -1. Now I need to find my ruler. I don't know where I put it, so I apologize. Got it. Sorry about that. So we have this vertical line through x equals -1 because the y value doesn't matter. As long as the x value is -1, it's going to be a point on that line. So something really important here is that equations that only have an x variable will always be vertical lines. All right, so if it's only an x variable, it's going to stand straight up and down. That's what a vertical line looks like. All right, we can do something similar over here. We've got y equals 4. Again, you should notice that that's weird, right? It's telling you that regardless of what x value you pick, you're going to have a y value of 4. So we could pick -5, we could pick -1, we could pick 0, we could pick 3. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we're going to have a y value of 4 for every single x value. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be right here, and we're going to have a line going straight across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5, 4 is right here. -1, 4 is right there. 1, 2, 3. And so we can see it's going to be this straight line going across. Notice I'm using my ruler to draw it, and I'm drawing arrows, right? So equations that only have a y variable now will be horizontal lines. So anytime it only says y equals some number, then it's going to be a horizontal line, which means it's going to go side to side. Okay, and then down here, we need to write the equations now that we're given the graph. So we can see this line is going straight up and down. This is a vertical line. If we pick points on this line, we could see, for example, this is the point 3, 1. I could pick this point. This would be the point 3, -3. And any value that I pick is always going to give me an x value of 3. So the equation for this is x equals 3. Same idea over here. If I start to place some of those values, 1, 2, 3, this would be the point 0, -3. If I were to pick this point, this would be the point 2, -3. I could pick this point over here. This would be 1, 2, 3, -4, -3. We can see that all of these have a y value of -3. This is a horizontal line, so I'm going to have a y variable in my equation. It's going to be y equals -3. All right, that is it for this video on page 17. The other part of your homework for today is to complete your 5.4 Ready, Set, Go on page 18. So it's these 6 questions. When you're finished with that, take a picture of pages 17 and 18 and upload it to Google Classroom. Thanks.